everybody, how's it going? So I've got a very special episode for you guys today. I finally get to announce something that we've been working on for quite a while now, and that is the official WGS licensed impulse responses. Now, for you guys who don't know, WGS is Warehouse Guitar Speakers. They're based out of Kentucky, and they make absolutely phenomenal guitar speakers. They're definitely some serious competition to what's out there right now, with the main selling point being they're not made in China, they're made in the States. And yeah, they're absolutely fantastic. I've had a set of WGS speakers loaded up into my Rev Cab for the last 2-3 years, and it's a wonderful alternative to the very overplayed Celestion Vintage 30. The WGSs just have a slightly different flavor. And for those of us out there who are looking to break some new ground when it comes to guitar tones, especially in the metal circles, I think they're a wonderful alternative to what's already been established. Now, we've modeled 5 of their speakers. We've got the Veteran 30, the Retro 30, the Invader 50, the Reaper, and the Reaper HP, which is the high-powered version. Now, there's just a gigantic amount of tones to explore because not only did we do 5 speakers, we loaded them into 5 different cabinets. Of course, we got our Mesa and our Marshall, but we've also got an Orange. And what's really special is we've also got Al-Aini Cabinet, and it was a replica of what Tony Iommi used on all the Black Sabbath records up until 1979. So we've got all 5 speakers going to each of those 5 different cabinets. And just to make things super interesting, we've also ran all of those through 6 different microphones: SM57, MD421, U87, C414, Royer R10, and an Earthworks SR20 LS. So in total, there's like 200 different impulses because we've got a couple different mic positions. We've got a Fredman technique in there, and then an on and an off axis mic on the 57, that kind of thing. But there's just so many tones to explore and whatnot. So I'm gonna switch over to the desk here, grab a guitar, and just run you guys through a couple of the tones and what they can do. Okay, so I've moved over to the desktop. I've got the Torpedo Reload going into my Rev 100P way back here, and it's a wonderful silent recording system. I'm sure a lot of you guys are in the same boat where you can't crank an amp up because of neighbors, you all live in apartments, you know, I get it. It's a very common issue. That's why we've got a wonderful selection of impulse responses to choose from. Now, I gotta say, I'm absolutely thrilled to be working with WGS. I've been a fan of their brand for about 3 years now, ever since I got my first Rev Cab, which was loaded up with the WGS Veteran 30. It's kind of similar to a Celestion Vintage 30, but it's not nearly as spiky, and it's a lot easier to record, in my opinion. It's really easy to get it in the sweet spot and just get an awesome tone. That being said, we've got 5 different speakers, and even though the Veteran 30 is awesome, I gotta say, I think my favorite speaker in this entire collection is the Reaper. And that's just something all on its own, and it's really cool because it kind of charts some new territory and is a great alternative out there to what's popular. And so what I got here is I've got the Reaper loaded up on a Fredman configuration. That's an on and off axis 57 blended together. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swap out 5 different cabinets. We're gonna keep the speaker the same and the mics the same. And we're gonna try the 5 different cabinets just to show you guys the tonal variation that comes from just swapping out a cabinet. I think this is really freaking cool. So we're gonna start out here with the old favorite, the old Marshall 1960. And then we're gonna move over to the Angle Pro. Next to the oversized Recto, which is what I used on the Eagle Has Landed tone. You know, the show's theme song that everybody knows and loves. It's definitely got that kind of spiky top end, but because it's Reapers, it's a little bit different than what you'd normally get with a competing brand speaker. Next up, we're gonna go to my favorite cabinet, and that's the Al-Aini Black Country Customs Cab. It's just an absolute freaking monster. And last but not least, the Orange Cab. You know what, I kind of like that one right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flesh out the sound. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull up a Veteran 30 on the same cabinet, but using an AKG C414, which I've got dialed in here. I'm I'm gonna move the balance over, and this is the tone we're getting. Just a completely different animal. Now watch what happens when I dial in the Fredman clip again. Just blending the tones kind of softens and sweetens that top end ever so slightly, and I'm really digging the results we're getting here. That's pretty cool. I might even want to brighten that up just a little bit. If I was going to put that on a record, I think that'd be really cool. The great thing is, of course, if you're using impulses and you're recording directly off your amp, is you can always change that tone up to whatever the heck you want after you've recorded it. That's one of the great advantages of working with a hybrid system like that. But I don't care where you're from, that is thick as hell. So what I really love is that there's an absolute multitude of choices and blends that you can make using this collection. You can just let your imagination run wild and find something that really sets you apart from the crowd. Now, I am no shredder by any stretch of the imagination, as I'm sure many of you will attest to. So what I did was I brought in some friends to help demo this out as well. So first up, we've got Mr. Christian Vey, and he's gonna play some shred for us on a full mix. Check this out. Okay, so I just want to stress that this whole package isn't just about playing the heaviest metal on earth. You can play other genres with that. And to show that little point, here's Rudy Ayoub with a slow jam, something you guys have never ever seen before on this show. All right, thanks very much to Rudy. Thanks very much to Christian Vey. I'd also like to thank Jackson Ward and Kelly Bishop for playing drums on these demos. You guys are absolutely magnificent. Thank you oh so much. Seriously though, if you guys want to get your hands on any of the new impulses from Warehouse Guitar Speakers by Lancaster Audio, we've got several options. Of course, you can buy the entire package, but you can also purchase by speaker and cabinet combination. Say if you like a Veteran 30 on a Marshall cab, or the Reaper on Amazing Cab. You can get those as individual packages, and of course you can also buy per speaker. You can get the Retro 30 set, you can get the Reaper set, and it's going to give you all the cabinets and all the mics. So it definitely lets you tweak things out to how you want them. So this whole set gives you a massive variety of tones to choose from, and it's really great because you can branch away from what's already been established and chart your own direction and find your own sound and sound different from the other guy rather than just relying on what somebody else has done and copying that. So if you want to get your hands on an amazing set of impulse responses, you can follow the link in the description below. They're available at lancasteraudio.com and Warehouse Guitar Speakers as well. Again, links in the description below. Check them out. I hope you guys love working with them as much as I do. I'm absolutely thrilled with these, and I'm almost considering not plugging my cabinets in again for quite a while because there's just so much to work with here. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.